Welcome to the tutorial on how to administrate the basic features of your listing. Once on the home page of the Ottawa Kiosk Member Administration Control Panel, you can click the Edit button to change some of the basic information that is within your ad. What you can see here is the information that you can change includes the name of your business, whether you want to receive email leads from your website or from your ad. This one here, I'll show you what happens when you do not include an email address here. Your website address itself is here. If you want to change your logo, and of course, if you want to change the long description of your ad. So what I'll do here is I'm going to show you what this actually looks like on the OttawaKiosk.com website. So this is what your ad looks like on the OttawaKiosk.com website. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change some information, and then we can come back here, reload the page, and see what those changes look like. So back in the control panel here, I might wish to change the name of my company to ABC Company Inc. I'm going to change the logo. So I have a logo on my computer that if I click Browse, I can choose to upload this particular logo. And then the long description goes here, but I'm going to go ahead and press Save Changes. So what happens here is that you can see that Inc. is now here, and this is the new logo. This is the picture of the ad. This is the ad itself. You can see that ABC Company is here from before, and there's the old logo. If I click on the refresh button, what will happen is now I can see ABC Company Inc. is here, and it's also using the new logo here. One of the things here, as I mentioned, there's email leads, and I'll show you this on the ad itself. On the ad itself, there's a function here called Click to Email. And so what happens is that this Click to Email button shows up when there is an email address here that it can send the information to. So I'll go ahead and click this on the ad itself. It actually puts in an email form here. And if someone were to fill out this email form, it would go directly to that email address. We have a special security feature here as well, that if you were to put the email address there, it doesn't actually show your real email address. So it is unlikely that you would get spam from the Ottawa Kiosk Network from people filling this out without actually being a real person. Now let's take a look at it when in the administration panel I do not have an email address here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that, and then I'm going to go ahead and save changes. So now it shows you there's no email address here. If I go back to the ad itself and I refresh the page, you'll see that the Click to Email button is gone. If I want it to come back, then again, all I have to do is fill in this email leads form right here. Now, the long description will already have been entered for you by one of our staff when you have gotten your listing. But what I'm going to show you, or what you can do, is that you can actually manipulate this quite a bit. So what you can do, this is called the WYSIWYG system. What you see is what you get. So you can directly type into it, or you can paste information from, say, Microsoft Word and paste it right in here. I'm going to go ahead and copy this here, and I'm going to replicate it so that you can see what I mean. So I'm going to press the return button. That gives me a paragraph break. I copy it in here, so I'm going to copy the same thing over and over again. Now, one of the things I can do here is I can highlight this and say click bold for bold, and you can see that it's bolded. If I want to italicize, I can italicize. If I want to underline it, it'll underline it. If I want to change the last two paragraphs into a bullet, I click the bullet button right here, and suddenly it becomes bullets. So there's a lot of text features in here that allow you to manipulate your ad. An important one in here is also the ability to add a link. So in case you have several sections of your website that you want to link to, as an example, I might highlight this particular text right here, and then what happens is now I can link or remove a link. So here I'm going to add a link here. It opens up this window. I can put in here an external link. Let's just say I'm gonna use Yahoo. And it says here to open this window in a new window. So this is great. So I'm going to go ahead and insert that. Suddenly the description here has a link attached to it. So now there are some other features in here, such as adding in a photo. Now, adding in a photo is, you can add a photo, but is not covered if you actually something goes wrong with your ad, right? You should know how to add photos or manipulate photos before you use this function. Some of the things that we've come across, someone has taken an image using their camera, maybe it's a 10 megabyte camera. The image size itself is, say, 1 megabyte. They upload the 1 megabyte photo, put it here. They take it and try to shrink it in here with not actually using a graphic manipulation program. And then suddenly there's a 1 megabyte photo on their ad, which causes slowdown in how long it takes to actually load that particular page. So you should know how to use some photo manipulation software before you actually start adding images to your pages. If you're an advanced user, you can use the HTML tab and code your description in HTML. If you're a novice user, just use the features that I've gone over here in terms of adding a link, bolding, italicization, underlining, and then creating some bullets. And it works almost exactly the same as Microsoft Word, so you shouldn't have any problem. Let's go and take a look what these changes look like. So I'm going to go ahead and save the changes. And then I'm going to go back to the ad itself, and I'm going to refresh this page. Ta-da! Here you go. You'll see that the information is here. This is bolded, italicized, and underlined. There's bullets here. There's a link to Yahoo here. If I go ahead and click that, here you go. It goes directly to the Yahoo page. And another thing about the ad itself, on your ad too, if you have a Facebook page or you have a Twitter page, you can go ahead and promote the Ottawa Kiosk listing on there so that people will also know that they can find you using this particular method. And the way to do that is to click on the share button if you have a Facebook page, and to click on the tweet button if you actually have a Twitter account itself. And that's it for administering the basic information in your listing. And the next tutorial will be about administering the locations of your business.